Hello, my name is Dolphin, and in today's Pro Plays episode, we'll see how one really impactful decision allowed one of the players to stay in a battle and fight really well. We'll see if that will lead to the win, but I will call out when that decision will be made. It will be somewhere in the middle game. And we see Havoc not locking any battle group, Reakly going with Italian battle group, possibly the most popular and maybe even the best right now, since you get a lot of tempo. And PGs in an early game need a lot of care, we need upgrades, we need combined arms, and of course they're more expensive, while Bersaglieri are really great at capping with extra speed. What's actually interesting from Reakly's play is his choices of caps. This side is quite okay. Getting cut off later, just focusing your forces together is good rule of thumb with playing for deck. Now here I usually just skip for manpower and try to snatch at least VP or maybe fuel point. Maybe he expects for Havoc to have engineers here and maybe pushing aggressively to his scout unit if he goes for that, maybe. But besides this, I mean, I would really rather get those 2 points. Here we see him finishing the second one. That second one could have been fuel, not munitions. And as we see Havoc just right now finishing munitions points, he wouldn't be really happy to push for fuel and let that progress go. Though Reakly thought he will go aggressive for that fuel. So that's the only reason I think why he went for this munitions point. Usually you really just prioritize, well, there's this actually nice nice attempt to get away with Scout. Usually you really would prioritize fuel, having just like 30 seconds or minute or any duration earlier light vehicle on the field is really good and it really can turn a battle around, but not really munitions. Munitions, well, maybe for breath upgrade later, maybe for some cheeky mines, but that advantage you would get from early light vehicle, the first light vehicle on the field, is huge. Another advantage, what we can see right now, is that capping capabilities. You see, Reakly taking 1 more point, and actually Brit's not taking 2, so it's 3 points ahead in terms of capping. Yeah, really speedy capping from him. Now, this is nice as we see Brit's focused on scout units, so you just push with engineers and they not taking any damage, will also force everyone back because they would take Dingo down. Nice soaking damage. Again with Scout, now he will repair and yeah, no manpower loss at all. We see some repair coming up for Havoc as well. Now in the center we see flamethrowers. Getting to the range of flamethrower, kicking the Tommies out of position, out of cover, since now they could really just light them up. We see some capping happening, getting in cover. Kind of, yeah, trying to push them through again, but taking a lot of damage while going through cover to cover. Also, another Tommy joining in, dropping. Some models need to retreat. Here, opposite situation, but now from house to house, it's kind of more successful for Havoc to push opponent around. We'll see now coming here. We need to go back with PGs. PGs still coming with Bersaglieri setup, at least one. It's still useful to have that snare capabilities and a different infantry unit, but still Bersaglieri dominating for scaling and for other reasons like I mentioned. Fight continues. In the middle we see repairs going on while fighting. He possibly expects not to take a lot of damage from sappers, and Dingo is kind of low, not really engaging, so otherwise he will take extra damage while repairing, so it's kind of dangerous. We see Tommy's closing in, so after this, yeah, we need to go back. Dak won't be able to fight this one as it seems, but there's some good news. We see Metra coming in the center. Super important to have that healing as close to the battle as possible. You just then hop back immediately. Really nice to use that. Much better than to retreat and go back to the base. You can fight here, and you can know that you can just in a few meters just heal your unit. And now we're just going to take center and we'll stay in the center with that. That means this extra plus, as units will get in positions and be ready to meet opponent. While Havoc's actually not getting any healing from the base, but using Dingo ability to heal, just grouping everybody nice together like penguins do, and now we're going to heat up and then heal all the damage. He's going for quickly early vehicle, of course, trying to get Humber quickly, and as we call in retreating, getting refitted that Dingo, and we'll get Humber car pretty soon. That's actually not the main, but I think the only reason why you don't get that infirmary straight away. But try to save as much fuel as possible to get that light vehicle as early as possible, and maybe solo vehicle on the field. Now center again taken with Reakly's units because he was here closer to healing, and except he can push those back with flamethrower also from the house and from the center, but regardless, it's really good to have that healing as close as possible to your front. Of course, not losing this truck is important, but you know, not retreating is a huge thing you can do. Fighting without cover, it's not great and not going to have nice results, so again, he needs to retreat. Actually, we saw Engineer Squad going down there, and now Flamethrower is going on PGs, since he tried not to push that retreat button, but reinforce closer to the center. So Humber car now coming out and Flak just right now coming. Imagine if that fuel was Reakly's for a bit of time. Maybe he could have got it here and not let Humber car get any control at all. Maybe he would have been pushed out. It's now possibly really hard to predict, but well, that was an option to go for. Now he's healing, not in the base, in the center still, but also scouting for any, you know, Humber car coming in and snatching that. As usually there's a high risk, high reward situation for deck. Do I heal there or do I go to the base, and so on and so on. Well, Reakly cannot fight here at all against Humber car. He's feeling quite good, since we see Flak coming. He actually takes those few shots in exchange of taking some shots on the Humber car, immediately switching to vehicles, immediately going back. Good reaction time from Havoc. Also at the same time you see he's capping other side, possibly laying some mines here, or maybe not, maybe we're just chilling there. Now we see that Flak really taking a lot of control of the center. We see even Pack coming on Brit side, but soon you will see that decision come. But I think turns things around quite a bit. And actually here it is, Humber car being refitted right now. And how this impact the game, well, we'll see really soon, as we see Panzerjägers coming in from Reakly side. His favorite combo, but actually the only one early on, and with those two you can really successfully hunt those early light vehicles. And now we see Stuart's coming in, so he already researched it. Also he got healing, and he thought, well, maybe in this map you cannot fight really well with Humber car. Maybe he wanted to just fast track it, but here it is. Reakly doesn't yet know that Humber car is missing, and that we will have really quick Stuart, and maybe a second one. We'll see how that goes. Again, doing some switcheroos there, was thinking about going for MGs, but after seeing this composition with Colin, maybe he just thought AT would be more useful. Well, we will see some indecisiveness still coming in. Well, refitting was clear choice, and this one isn't. While, of course, Flak is dominating the field here, not letting anybody slip by, and Reakly has full control. Now, first Stuart coming out, going to the center to maybe prevent Flak actually running those down on the retreat path, but I don't know. Actually, no surprise element against Flak, right? He will be more careful. He go back in behind that house, maybe here, to group up with Panzerjägers, but no surprise element, not landing any shots, not forcing it back, so that's little maybe inaccuracy. Well, it's hard to tell, but maybe you could keep those in secret until shock value with double comes in. Yeah, grouping up in the center and the back, really not providing any other counterplay as the second Stuart coming in, so possibly going to just land some shots from behind. Reakly giving some space, likely just really wanting to hunt vehicle, whatever comes, Humber, which he doesn't know it doesn't exist, or Stuart just going back and seeing, well, maybe I can bait him and get him exposed, get him overextend and grab that unit. Well, not happening for now, and still Flag comes in position to harass those infantry units wherever we can. There's nice cover, so really can hit only from here if you have anything to hit Flag with. Flamethrowers now coming from unexpected places, but really nice usage. Now, more bravery from Stuart, as we see both Panzerjägers and Flag on the other side from Havoc. And we see another Stuart coming in. Well, this will be a surprise, and this is the time when, well, Reakly knows what he's dealing with. Nice connection there. And also preventing that mine coming up. Reakly really looking for ways to now get those two Stuarts down. Somehow he will need extra force. It won't be enough. We see even Pack coming up from Reakly side. He needs that now anti-tank, anti-vehicles capabilities. It's only these two, and the Flag are not going to make it really. We can dive in and take at least something, maybe trade with Flag, but still one light vehicle will be staying on, so that's kind of good. Now we see Push getting back in the Havoc's arsenal. You see pushing with flamethrowers first, likely just getting things out of cover, pushing in with tanks, taking some shots. Nobody actually goes for those long points there. Oh, this is so close. Stuart's push. After meeting 80 guns, he decides, well, it's not worth it. Not really worth losing. It's really close losing. If we had Panzerjägers, for example, into 50 somewhere, well, that would have been a nice dive and taking at least one of them. There was nice shots there. I think he would have grouped his fully healthy Flag and got in. He haven't seen that AT gun, which actually has been cancelled again. And we see machine gun. So yeah, there would have been a kill. Now we see that cutoff coming from deck side from Reakly. Not really surprised to see this one, but surprised not seeing any exchanges between VP and fuel and the manpower's point. Really seems a place where you can, you know, create double attack. Maybe if you provoke your opponent to get one light vehicle off this side, maybe you have advantage here. If not, well, he needs to delegate some units still to defend, or you just get extra cap there. So really would like to see some, you know, some pushes and some retaking VPs or fuel points here. Nice cheeky shots from Havoc's side. Trying to drop those models, but with breath upgrade, well, it's hard to, I guess. Though some fuel actually are going to go Havoc's way here. And Panzerjägers in the center. All the fight going really here. Yeah, it's nice shots. Kind of shielding, body blocking the Flag. Flag takes no damage here. And well, the battle continues actually. There's nothing new. The Flag still dominates the center, while Stuart's taking a short break from the battle, just having some repairs. There's self-repair package on. Now we see AT finally here, not really bouncing the building. He could be. Maybe some less experienced players neglect the fact, but you can actually attack ground with it for mines, and you can attack buildings and get machine guns out. We see machine gun locking in with Reakly. He has that advantage in killing. Really Flag doing nice job there. Machine gun protecting this side. No longer we can dive there easily with Bersaglieri. Shooting with all cannons here, right? Just getting that building down. We see as well AT is getting ready and shooting back at Stuart from Reakly side. Again, nobody really contesting this side. It's almost sad, but nobody even sent like Bersaglieri squad to cap 1 point and return to the center. It could really split his units. I mean, he's kind of, you know, struggling a bit to deal with everything all together, even with 180 gun. They're kind of mobile by choosing their attacks, and they're good at it. So yeah, no attempts to change the battle now with this call-in. Reakly, of course, retreats. He needs to repair as well. This side so far holding, well, not for long. Stewards come in for help, and that's where we see kind of push from Brit's side with those two stewards feeling quite a bit more free to harass. Of course, call-in happens, so everybody is pretty much near the base. He can't really allow himself to do that. And taking some AT shots, though, is really easy to lose Stewart together with Panzerjägers who can really just sneak up and get some kills. Regrouping to the right side again. I'm not really sure why you don't fight that side at all. Just one unit doing a lot of sneaky damage like Havoc's right now doing. Of course, deck, you don't want to really to split your units, but at this point it seems like just a blind spot. Nice AT placement just on the edge. You're really not going that close to the building, but here, yeah, you're covering a lot of area. Now we see AT setting up for closer shots. And another airstrike coming, so there's a lot of pressure now and taking those shots on flag. And Stewart's actually pushing in and trying to follow up with the kill. The biggest problem here I see with his attack on Reakly's side is that, well, this call-in actually is making flag shoot wrong target. He should have disallowed maybe to shoot planes, because right now, well, you're taking shots on wrong targets, and as you see things going down and Metra cannot retreat, there's a lot of mess likely going on Reakly's mind right now. Yeah, and this is down nothing actually. There's nothing in return for Reakly. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a mess, not doing a lot. Maybe now he's going, yeah, now he's going for that left side. Maybe that was the reason why he didn't really saw what's happening here. But big losses for Reakly. Really hard to come back, losing both Medtruck and Flak. And Havoc, meanwhile, he goes for tank depot command post. So yeah, it's really hard now to come back for Reakly. We'll see how he tries to do that. But the turning point, I think, still is not this attack. This was kind of coming. I think the turning point is refitting your Humber car immediately with Stewart, and that not only gave a lot of resources, but if the first one, the surprise was kind of blown away in protectionist measures, well, the second, I think, wasn't what Reakly expected. Harassing, they're really feeling freedom now with only Panzerjägers and AT rifle coming here. And what Reakly actually has done is gone for P4 through armored reserves. Good choice. I mean, the only one that can really do for armor is that upgrade. Though it looks kind of desperation, if we will. Kind of pushes, but instead of getting something really done, runs into ATs and yeah, kind of hoping for something. But units are low, you need healing, you cannot really get it right now, and possibly by the time when he gets it, everything is locked down and ready for him to come. It's really a big grind he needs to do, so that's his choice. This shows him power. And I think it's not long before this goes down. I'm just diving in, trying to take some stewards, but that's it. There's nothing here, actually, even machine gun catching those guys. A lot of going behind the scenes, but that's the battle. Yeah, I think the turning point really is that calling back. Imagine if he stayed with Humber car, it's not great. He needs to be careful all the time. In this kind of small map, you cannot really find a lot of places to just work one side and not worry about flag and that combo with Panzerjägers coming in and taking your Humber car. So really having two stewards worked for Havoc. I think it's a nice point. Maybe you sometimes don't have to fight it, but change it completely. Also, another point, he was not using the new battle group Canadians. He was going for armored battle group. So another thing to point out. So this was Pro Plays. Hope you find some interesting things, or maybe some things you will try out yourself. Thank you for watching. This was Free Happy Dolphin, and see you on the next one.